Sugar is everywhere in your tea, in your coffee, in almost everything you eat. But have you ever stopped and asked why? Why something so small, so sweet, became so powerful? Because behind this sweetness is a history most people never learn, a history of power, control, and exploitation on a massive scale. Because sugar didn't just sweeten lives, it built empires. Today, the average person consumes more sugar in a week than people once consumed in a year. Entire industries depend on it. Trillions of dollars move because of it. Countries trade it. Companies fight over it. And billions of people crave it every single day. But here is the strange part. Sugar was not always everywhere. Once, it was rare. So rare, it was called white gold. Long before supermarkets and factories, sugar began as a plant, a tall grass, grown in tropical lands, first discovered thousands of years ago in regions of South Asia. People chewed it raw. They tasted its sweetness. And something changed, because sweetness was not just a taste, it was a feeling, a reward, a quiet kind of happiness. As knowledge spread, so did sugar. It traveled through ancient trade routes, from India to Persia to the Arab world, and then into Europe. But in those early days, only the rich could afford it. Kings used it, queens displayed it. It was not food, it was status, a symbol of power. And then everything shifted. Demand exploded, not slowly, suddenly. Europe wanted more sugar, more sweetness, more profit. But there was a problem. Sugar could not grow everywhere. It needed heat, rain, specific lands. So empires looked outward, toward distant islands, toward colonized lands, toward places they could control. And this is where sweetness turned dark. Massive plantations were built, forests were cleared, land was taken, and millions of people were forced into labor, taken from their homes, stripped of their freedom, pushed to their limits, all for one thing: sugar. The same crystals that sat on royal tables were built on suffering. The same sweetness people loved was paid for in pain. But most people never saw it. They only saw the final product: white, clean, innocent. But it was not innocent. Something deeper was happening, something invisible. Sugar was changing human behavior, changing desire, changing economies. Because once people tasted it, they wanted more, and more, and more. It was no longer a luxury, it became a need. And industries formed around that need. Plantations turned into systems. Systems turned into global networks. Ships crossed oceans. Trade routes expanded. Money flowed. And empires grew stronger. Not because of gold, not because of oil, but because of sugar. And then something even bigger happened. Sugar stopped being just sugar. It entered everything: tea, coffee, chocolate. Things that were once bitter became addictive, pleasurable, comforting. Daily habits were born. Morning routines were built. Entire culture shifted around sweetness. But with every rise, there is a cost. Workers suffered. Communities were destroyed. Economies became dependent. And over time, even the consumers paid a price. Because sugar doesn't just affect history, it affects the body, slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. It changes how we feel, how we eat, how we live. It gives energy and then takes it away. It creates comfort and then dependence. But here is the twist. Even when people learned the truth, nothing stopped. No bans lasted. No warnings were enough. Because sugar had already won. Not through force, but through desire. And today, it's stronger than ever. Hidden in products, mixed into foods, designed into systems. From children to adults, from rich to poor, everyone is part of it. A global habit, a shared addiction, a silent engine of modern life. But look closer, and you'll see something deeper. This is not just about sugar. It never was. It's about human nature, our desire for more, our attraction to comfort, our willingness to ignore the cost as long as it feels good in the moment. Because sugar didn't force its way into the world. We welcomed it. We built around it. We protected it, even when we knew the truth. And maybe that's the most unsettling part. That something so small, so simple, could reshape history, could build wealth, could create suffering, could control behavior across centuries. So the next time you taste something sweet, pause, just for a moment, and ask yourself, what are you really tasting? Pleasure? History? Or the quiet echo of everything it cost to get here? Because sometimes the sweetest things in life carry the heaviest stories.